Hi ladies, welcome. How are you? How is everyone today? It is 3:18 over here in Auckland, New Zealand, and I decided to come on to continue on talking about the energetic channels that I tend to, that I extend on with the course that I have happening at the moment. And this is actually a system that I also use with my one-on-one clients. So if you do want more information, I suggest for you to book a call with me. I've got the link just on the side here. And also I encourage for all the newcomers, the new ladies, if you've been here for a while and you still haven't had a chance to download the audio series, because all that does is really, it's just prepping your body. It's prepping your energetic channels to receive and to be activated and to start the healing process within you, okay? So welcome, just starting off with a beautiful topic today, be the one that wins herself back. So let's talk a little bit about the feeling of satisfaction. And this is related to the channel that we are going to be talking about today as well. So for those of you that don't know me, I just want to give a brief introduction. So my name is Vanessa Mariano, and I'm a divine healing activator. I'm a women's empowerment and a passion coach. You know, I call myself, you know, I can say coach, but I call myself teacher, mentor. You know, it's really the same thing. But what I do is, hi Melissa, nice to see you. So don't forget to say hi when you come on. So this is a really great topic today that I want to get into. I was just giving an introduction about myself. So I help to empower business women, entrepreneurs, spiritual, holistic entrepreneurs, active women really that are looking at breaking addictive patterns of behavior, limiting beliefs, physical ailments, family drama, and all things that are related to self-neglect and really self-doubt. It's like, how do you overcome self-doubt? You know, a lot of women come to me asking me this question, Vanessa, how do I overcome self-doubt? So self-doubt always comes up as a voice. So I help you to bring, I guide you through healing, really. I guide you through healing through mantras, affirmations. So language is really a big part that I use with my process and healing with you. And what that does is it helps you, I help you to come back into your present state so that you can really truly embrace your feminine sacred energy, right? And really start to stand in your own power. So I teach women about our energetic channels, where they're placed in the body. If for those of you that don't know what energetic channels are, they're points in the body. They're located in certain parts of the body, similar to the way that acupuncture works with meridians. We've got these energetic channels in our body that when we work with that through affirmation, through putting our awareness and our attention, these ways and techniques and tools that I teach you how to use in order to clear your energy, and how to activate these chakras that are very responsible. They're actually responsible for the functioning of your internal, of your health, the way that the organs function. So this is talking about energy, right? And every energetic channel is responsible for our own evolution. Does this make sense to you? So language and energy. So I'm all about divine love and divine self-expression. This is everything that you will learn. I do tend to attract women that are looking to come back into their, you know, into their body, into their heart, and rediscover or remember, you know, what their essence really is, that is separated from the false identity of self, and self-expression. Because through this awakening of consciousness, you remember who you are and you find yourself operating from a space of innocence, and that's where true freedom and peace comes from. So this is what I do. I stand for women in society that are really truly passionate in getting on path, right? So yes, they talk about, you know, let's connect to our playfulness and our sensuality and our fun self. And in order to get to that stage, it's really a process of learning about ourselves. And you know, resources is a big thing that helped me to overcome my physical ailments, that helped me to break free from my limiting beliefs and my addictive patterns as well. Okay, so So you're always going to be challenged, and this is something that I wanted to bring up today. When you are awakened, so when you go through this process of awakening, right, of your consciousness, self-doubt creeps in. So you may find that you might have like an awakening of like, oh my God, you know, all this like really true deep desire, and you finally take action on it, on wanting to make a change and wanting to, you know, get on this path of like receiving support, working on your health, whatever it may be, or making true changes, like really taking full on responsibility, admitting to yourself your weaknesses, your strengths, things that you want to work on. And then as you have this awakening, self-doubt creeps in. And in the moment that self-doubt creeps in, then you find yourself stuck again. You find yourself completely in a space of losing that, you know, passion that you've kind of awoken within yourself. And the topic today, hi Jenny, good to see you. Thanks for joining. So the topic that I wanted to bring today is about getting yourself, you know, winning yourself back, and how do you do that? How do you bring yourself back into getting on the path of peace and freedom when the self-doubt creeps in? Now, one thing I talk about, and Jenny knows because you've been following me for a while now, so there's nothing that I encourage more to the woman that I teach and that I support to have a morning ritual. So the way you start your day is really determines how you end up living your day, how you start your day off, okay? So I want to share with you just briefly, so getting straight into the action side of it. I'm happy to share my morning ritual is very, you know, I do it automatically. It's like a soul habit for me now. So if I just fall into that, and I normally start off with clearing my energy space. So a lot of the times I use this beautiful sound bowl, and what this does is it clears out the energy, right? So no matter what thoughts we have, whatever comes through our mind, whatever we're feeling, remember it's energy, so it really remains in our space, right? It remains in our space, and it's a good idea to clear that energy out, right? So normally I would do it with this, and also I would use a sage stick and just kind of burn it through. And I would open up all the windows in my room, in the house, to allow air to come through, to allow this new air, for the old stagnant air to leave the home, and to just clear whatever residue was left in, okay? So that's just something that I do. I just wanted to share that briefly. And then I get into my inner reflection, I get into my meditation, and I start working on my energetic channels, which is something, again, that you will learn through my course or working one-on-one with me, even just for a single individual session. So once you learn about all these channels in your body, you can adopt that in your everyday life, and it creates space in your mind. It creates this space, this detachment from your mind, from your ego, and from the detached identity that we tend to create and build and like cling on to of ourselves, unless we do this work, right? Unless we commit to returning back into our hearts, right? And it's a conscious decision that has to be sort of, you know, followed through every day, because otherwise, if we don't, we're going to be continuously influenced, and we're going to be a tank really of like just collecting energy and stuff that is happening around us. So if you want to keep your energy clear, then it's important that you take yourself through these daily steps, okay? So the solar plexus is represented by the color yellow, which explains why I'm wearing this color today. And the solar plexus is really our channel of satisfaction. It's a channel that helps us to feel grounded and happy and satisfied within our primary needs, within everything that we are needing in order to move forward. Now, what happens in the process is that humankind, we get so caught up in the materialistic side of life, which is money. And money, as much as it's necessary to live, to pay bills, to pay for your food, to look after yourself, to look after your family, what happens is that it's used as a means to feel, you know, like you have power. But what in reality, what is happening in that process is that you are actually latching on to external forces and things to feel complete, and it becomes an addiction as well. So if a lot of people tend to identify this sense of peace and satisfaction, security with external material needs. And as much as material needs and money is good to have, to live a luxurious life, to eat healthily, to be looked after, to take care of our loved ones, we also mustn't forget about our true divinity that lays within, and that everything that we are wanting or needing already lays within us. It doesn't need any external validations or, to confirm our sense of worth and satisfaction. Okay, so this is a channel, just a brief tip today about your energetic channel. So when you are focused on your solar plexus, and I will talk about this more extensively in the course should you decide to sign on or to work with me privately just for individual sessions. So this particular section of our body, this is where our power lays. Now this is a masculine chakra. So it's masculine because it is a form of, it is within the activation of this chakra that you are then able to express and to show your creativity, right? And to sort of like live up your, or express your legacy and leave your legacy on earth, right? So where your second chakra is more of an internal process, your solar plexus is most definitely an internal process. However, there is no legacy if it is not acted upon, right? So the solar plexus, when it's a strong energy, when it's looked after, when it's been cleared and when it's been activated, you have a strong sense of identity. You are very confident. So your confidence is on fire. And that means that you are not easily shaken by other people's opinion, because you in yourself, you know your truth, and you are fully integrated within yourself, and you're fully aware of who you are, where you come from, and your true source of divinity and purity, which is inside. It's not reliant on on people's compliments, of people's opinions. So it's a person that is very active within your solar plexus, is very active in her self-expression and creativity. So one positive affirmation to repeat is, I am satisfied within my spirit. So you can put focus on this channel, and you can state to yourself, I am satisfied within my spirit, and you can close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, just in your own time and your own rhythm, and really fall and fold into the affirmation and following into what you are voicing. I am satisfied within my spirit. So people, you will notice, that are very confident, they're very generous people. People that are very confident, they don't live their life on their toes, being afraid of what people are going to be taking away from them. Because what comes from the attitude of lack is because there's trust that is missing, and confusion and doubt within oneself. And until we are or become or remain self-reliant on other people's validations in order to fulfill the love and the security that we have of ourselves, then we're bound to be destroyed. We're bound to be destroyed. Okay, so I hope this video has resonated with a lot of you. This is a very my coffee's gone cold. This has been a short video. It's been 14 minutes, but I just wanted to come on and to talk about briefly on this chakra and how vital it is to keep this chakra clear and activated. Now people, this is an important part that I didn't mention. Now people that are very dried out, so the people that do come to me, they're actually this is one of my strongest points within my body. It's my second chakra is one of my strongest. My sixth chakra my fifth chakra, and my solar plexus is one of my strengths. And it's no coincidence that I work with women to activate these particular chakras. So women that are sedated or that have obstructions within this chakra, it simply shows up with irritability. So a lot of women that tend to be irritable, a lot of people that have hormonal imbalances, they tend to feel completely reliant on other people's validations of them. They're completely addicted to fulfilling other people's expectations and of them, that they have of them, as opposed to, you know, taking care of themselves and connecting to their own needs and wants. So it comes as a form of self-neglect. So when you are truly nurturing yourself from a soul level, and you can do that by truly connecting to these energetic channels and become the true expression of your personality, expressing yourself through your personality with what you were doing, then you will otherwise be blocked within the solar plexus, which means you feel dried out, you're fully running on empty. Any little thing will irritate you, any sort of noise will irritate you, any little thing that a person may say, you will take it personal because you haven't found that peace, or or you know, I want to say that you're on the verge of discovering, but you haven't quite reached that internal state of peace and satisfaction and freedom, because you are attached to external circumstances or people or opinions to feel fulfilled, to feel like you are living in fulfillment, to feel that you are worthy. But in reality, the worthiness comes from within you. Okay, and this is what I help you to reach to. Okay, to reach to this deeper level of self-worth and inner freedom and peace, inner peace and satisfaction. Now, what happens with these women that have the solar plexus that is dried out, that is filled with obstruction, then they tend to have an overactive liver. Now, the liver is something that I did mention that I was going to be bringing up as a talk. It hasn't come up yet. It will be. It is definitely something that I will talk about briefly. But yeah, the liver, when it's overworked, it's on heat. And when it's overheated, it means that there's not a balance. We are not balancing out, you know, the energetics of our body, right? So that means we're too much in our masculine and not enough in our feminine energy. And this is what I can support you to do, is to fold back into your feminine qualities as you are still grounded within your masculine presence and energy, you know, not presence, but, you know, within your masculine rooted energy. If you are too much on your masculine side, which is something that a lot of women these days are folding more towards as a way of, as a defense mechanism and as a compensation of years of trauma and submission. So let's try to work on our energetic channels and get them all lined up. You can do this in 10 minutes. It doesn't have to take long, but if you want to, you might find that you want to work more on your subtle systems and of your energy, and you can have a longer session. If you want to learn about this, if you feel like you just need to reconnect and go back inside of your body, connect to your spirit again, to quieten your mind, to come back into your heart, you know that you've got some release that needs to take place that is quite deep, and you've identified it, but you're not quite sure how to release it and how to let go of it, because you know that you are holding on to these emotions. Then I suggest, or I recommend for you to get on a call with me. We can explore to see whether we are an energetic match. And I'll be more than happy to support you and help you if I feel that, you know, I am the right person and that you are the right client that I can work with, okay? So this is something that is life-changing, okay? So all the best to you, and remember to download the audio series to start to activate your energetic channels. Don't forget to reach out should you need support. If resistance comes out from receiving support, saying, you know, mind chatter, I don't have time, I already know this, I already worked on my chakras, I've done yoga, I continue to do yoga. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what level you are at within your growth, but the level of the subtlety within which I work, you know, it really digs up some pretty heavy, you know, some pretty deep wounds. So you will find that as long as you're doing, you know, therapies and yoga and breath work, it's really good, it's wonderful. But let's not forget that it's not a therapy in its own. So in order for you to go deeper and to work through these conditionings, they have to be worked through, as in they need to be identified. And then it's important to adapt these new habits of thought that can allow you to live in peace and to really be free from all of this mind chatter, right? That is controlling you, okay, and that is not allowing you to bask in your feminine energy and allow things to flow completely. Thank you so much for following, and I'm going to see you again in the next video. Much love, and have a wonderful day or night. Bye for now.